presented by C&C Designs. Yes, this is a sponsored race. We have C&C Designs on board this year. Joined in the booth here with D. Smith and NRG. There's no Robbie Racing this time.
Hello?
Interesting way to say hello. C&C Designs, they are your store to go to if you want to get some giggity clothing and apparel. We have a Facebook page. If you're interested in that, let us know. They have some cool packages. $25 for a couple shirts, couple tumblers, couple keychains, extra decal, all come with that. So yeah, contact us if you're interested with that. All right, now over to D. Smith and NRG. Do you expect this race to be the same as the presets, or are we going to see a little bit more action?
I'm worried about that drip you was talking about.
The what?
Never mind, you didn't catch that. Anyway, no, it'll be different.
All right, thanks for that knowledge there. All right.
Hold on. I hate it here.
Are we going to see the notorious fuel saving mode here in the Custom Xfinity series?
Depends if there's cautions or not in third stage, really.
It's typically harder to... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
The fuel runs a little bit longer than the final stage. I think you have to, what, save 6 left. If there's early caution, yeah, you might see it.
Well, we've seen Young Boy able to save quite a bit of fuel there in the third stage. Almost worked out for him, but you know, with customs, you're able to do a lot more and make it to where you can save a lot more fuel.
Timer's going. Can you tell Buck to let us know when to? We have an in-race reporter. You guys can't hear him, but Buck is out there. Can you have him let us know when to accept the invites?
Hey, Buck, will you let us know when the timer's at 0 so we can accept our invites? Thanks, baby boy.
Things just got awkward up here in the booth, and that didn't take very long.
Only for you.
Never does. Right.
Interesting.
We're gonna have the right single-digit number on the track this time for our team. Young Boy was supposed to be in a 5, but I'm not sure. I blame it on D. It's D's fault. He was in the 4, not the 5.
Are we good?
Are we good, Buck? No. He paused it again.
Okay.
Right, you can join up now.
All right, going blue screen, guys. The only pretty voice you can hear right now is mine. Just till I'm over this little blue screen. And all right, now everybody else can be heard. Looks like we have 15 drivers here. And we're joining in.
That's a pretty good size field.
That is a pretty good size field. I think we only had 12 or 13 in the last one.
Yeah, how many did we have last night? Like
18 in the Custom Cup. Keep in mind, every team is allowed 3 drivers per series, so there is a max of 21 drivers that have an opportunity to race.
21.
But that does not mean all teams have filled those slots, so that's why we're not quite at that number yet. They can. We have plenty of drivers. What's funny?
I must be the only captain who has any spots in this series open, because I still have 2 open spots, and there's 2 spots still available.
Well, since there's 15 drivers on the field, there's 6 spots that are missing.
Oh, that's because wait.
Yeah, right. Add commentators, and add the broadcast, and other people that are in there doing the helping each other with, I don't know, I guess just watching. Dash for Cash on the pole here in the 11 with a car outside of him in a 47. I believe that to be Mountain Dew in the 47. I'm not so sure. We got some people already losing the draft. That didn't take long. Looks like Buck might be one of them in the 5 car.
That's Rowdy in the 47.
That's Rowdy in the 47. Okay. Thanks for that clarification.
Esco is going the wrong way. He's in the grass at a complete stop. You say that not happening.
Yeah, you hate to see that. Eto's actually the one that he got us our sponsor here for the series, and so that is not the debut for finding a sponsor for a series and then being the first car to get face the wrong direction on the season.
Ooh, bud. Having a look over there. Hate to see that.
Oh. Okay, so we're doing a lot of the straight line stuff again.
A little bit more side by side than what we'd seen in the presets. Somebody just went flying. One of the cars. I don't know who it was.
He got sent down there. That would be Honda Racing.
He's not having a good time. Old guy in the 61. He's up here in the top 5 right now.
Still waiting for his Jerry Springer episode to come out.
Who, old guy?
Yeah, with Mont Paul Bear.
Oh, right. Yeah, that is the one that Ma Bear had to get dropped down to trucks because of the infatuation with the old guy. So now, instead of getting to be side by side with old guy, she has to be side by side with her husband, the Pa Bear. So that's unfortunate for her to see her get dropped back down there, just for infatuations like that. Noco's out there saying, "What do you mean, NRG?" What?
Okay, it's like I lagged out of the broadcast, but all it did was send me back to the whole lobby. It didn't send me back to the
Really?
lobby screen room.
So you were able to hit options and join back up?
No, I didn't have to hit anything.
That's awkward. Weird.
It just wow, it's lap 4 right now.
It's that new NASCAR Heat 5 DLC that just came out.
But it
One
won't
of
let
the
me hit
new
options right
features.
now.
D, you might want to back out and then... Oh, I don't know if you have another invite. Because you were invited, though, you should be able to join session through one of our deals. Joshua Webster out there. There is no longer a Team Underdogs. It is now KMS Motorsports, as it's Knievel Motorsports.
That team has went through some name changes as of late.
This is the first one.
Uh-oh. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. I was the creator of the team. I named it Underdogs. Then Keystone took over. He kept it Underdogs, and then now Puddin is the team owner, and he renamed it Knievel Motorsports.
But they're still underdogs.
Oh, Ma Bear out there said that she actually chose the trucks. She had the option to stay with old guy or race with her husband, and family matters. So she went down to the trucks, raced with Pa.
Almost got a win Monday night.
Yeah, top 3 finish for Ma Bear. That's her first career top 3 podium finish here in Giggity Racing League.
Led a lot of laps. Everyone was rooting for her.
Including old guy.
Uh-oh.
Alright,
How many
so
people we got watching this time?
we have 14, 15. It just changed as you were saying something.
Wow.
So out
Man,
here
that's the
we
same one.
have a Hellman's Mayonnaise car in the lead in the Xfinity
boy.
series per usual, but this time it's wide open racing, not the dad.
Yeah, we're missing a lot of people from this series. Brenda's not in here. Young Boy's not in here.
Young Boy was preset last season, wasn't he?
Oh, well, okay, yeah.
So he's still in the right series. You had Flirt was here, D. Smith was in here.
Hold on, Wide Open
Was here. Yes, he was in the 08 car last season.
But he was on his team.
The 07. The 07, it was him and Robbie last season. Wide Open was in the 08 racing for Shin with Robbie as a teammate. Now he's over at KMS racing for Puddin, and now he's in the 8, so they dropped the 0 off of his car and put it in as a new team car.
Of course it has something to do with Robbie. He was on every team at least for a couple days during the mini season. He also ran every
spring
series.
training.
Marcus E-Dub now making his debut in this custom Xfinity in the 07.
Just straight up put Monster Racing in the wall. Monster had a run, and Wide Open just straight up put him.
I see the
outside wall.
19 car. I believe that's Archangel. He is not having a good time. He just got spun after all that, and he's on pit road coming out, but he didn't go down the normal way. He went through the grass to get there.
Hey, that's an old strategy, Captain.
Yeah, I feel like if you're going to pit to get tires, you should probably hit the pit lane line and go that way. There's different methods, apparently. To each their own. Dash for Cash, our pole sitter, sitting here riding around behind the 8 car of Wide Open with other cars behind him. I think that's Coach Matt in the 9, and I don't know who's in 4th. To any viewer out there, sorry, we don't know who drivers are this season, as there's been a lot of changes, and we're trying to get used to it.
Name untaken for us.
Name untaken.
The dirt guys.
Yeah, that's a Color Motorsports driver. He's been moved up from the Dirt Series and racing a custom Xfinity. He tried racing some presets in both Season 4.5 and Season 4, and he struggled with it. He told his captain that he believed that he was better with customs. His captain decided to give him an opportunity. Here he is riding up here looking for 2nd right now.
Sometimes.
Marcus E-Dub has made his way from the rear end. He's now in 3rd in that 07 machine.
In the rear end.
Arch is driving for Cola Motorsports out there, Paul Bear.
Why didn't he pick you up?
I don't have an answer for you.
He wanted to be like us.
Facts.
I also don't believe that to be true. Does anybody really want to be like NRG? Puddin trying to make a move on the outside. Driving, Shocker practiced with me, and now Puddin's trying to put his car on the outside as he's pulling the K-Taddy move out there in that orange number 6.
I'm insulted because somebody in the chats, when we were broadcasting a couple weeks ago, said NRG for president 2020. What do you mean?
And then you have Racing Rowdy out there saying who he's cheering for as he's driving the Trump car. Wow, I don't know if that was lag or what just happened with Name Untaken, but he shot to the outside, and here comes Marcus to the inside. Name tried to cut him off, but unsuccessfully as Marcus E-Dub now to 2nd, but Wide Open goes to the outside.
Well, we're coming up on lap traffic.
El Parco said that was him out there rooting for you to be president.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, this is already a little better than the presets. We've seen a lot of side-by-side action here. I don't think intentionally, as people have been moved to the outside, but I know that with customs it is a little bit harder on exit of the corners to be able to hold that yellow line.
And also getting into the corners, you're carrying a lot more speed than you are in the presets. Sometimes the thing just does not want to turn.
Yeah. If your car is set up tight at all, and with all that extra mile an hour, it does get you pretty tight and send you up towards the wall. Which is why, if you're already up by the wall, it's not quite so bad if you just run that outside line. You don't have to worry about hitting that yellow line.
Yeah, at the end of that first stage, actually, coming to the end of this stage, the cars I was with, I said, we're just going to run the top. I don't want to hit the line, and I just want to make it to the end of the stage. And it's a little bit quicker up there. Yeah,
I agree.
it's just the longer way around.
It's more fun. That's something that's hard to come by with this game. So
Actually, something that was really interesting yesterday, practicing with Robbie prior to the Custom Cup race, we were kind of intrigued on which way was actually the fastest way around the track. So we ran the yellow line all the way around the track, and then we ran the outside line, and then we also ran, you know, like the regular line where you go down low in the corners and go to the wall on the straightaways. And we were actually 0.2 of a second faster by dipping down in the corners and then going to the wall on the straightaway. So there was a big difference to be made by simply letting your car drift up. However, if you do that in the race, you're going to get ramrodded as the whole rest of the field's going to hold that yellow line and go by you.
yeah, and that's what's disappointing, because you would like to run these tracks the way that they actually run them in real life. But when you start messing with adjustments and stuff, and just not to mention the way the physics are, it's not really possible to get everyone to try to run it like it's supposed to and trying to win a race, not
3 wide.
be whatever. Oh yeah, that did not work.
Yeah, one of the cars did not have fun with that. I believe that to be the 47, I think. Ooh, 98 and the 9 making a lot of contact here. Wow, kind of like the last race, same 2 cars, different drivers.
9 came back up and just straight up murdered the 22. We're gonna have to bring out the black tarps for this one. They might be peeling.
Nope, the window net's down. This window net's down.
Okay, good. Yeah, good looking. Good looking.
Arch on pit road. Was this a rage quit, or was he just on pit road?
Tonight, an unsolved mysteries.
Because if he was just on pit road, that may work out perfectly for him. Oh, he's leaving now, yeah. He's just on pit road.
The 22 car, breaking news, he's not happy with the 8 car for that incident that happened earlier.
I kind of called that one.
Yeah, you did. I heard it.
I did say it and your ears were open, so that's good.
Not the only
somebody
thing.
did
Right,
good.
so wide open in the 8 car is the leader. Who quit?
Rowdy is out.
The 47 out of the race. He was into the wall, and now he's out of the race. So the DNF is real.
Things you hate to see.
How many laps we got left in the stage?
I don't know. I'm not watching anyone's stream.
You have an IRR.
Oh. Oops. Hey, Buck. How many laps we got left, bud? Alright. Oh, I was talking to these guys clowning. How many though? 11 to go in the stage.
Okay. Also, Cola Motorsports out there said that, I don't know what put Arch on pit road, probably the damage, because he did have a lot of that, but he said that Arch is on the lead lap, so the 19 car did not lose a lap when he was on pit road.
Alright, that's good.
Apparently the caution must have came out just in the nick of time while he was on pit road. Because it was right there coming off 4, I believe, so they must have come out just before they lapped him.
How to catch a break 101.
And he gets a little to the 22 or the 11, I can't tell, they both have some green on. But he goes back to the outside and gives way after the little bit of contact. The 11 of Dash for Cash trying to get to the inside. He was last season's runner-up in this series, the 11 car, so keep an eye on him all season long in that no pit Pendle number 11 Chevy Camaro. The 8 of Wide Opens still leading as the Mayonnaise car has led the most laps in this race. That's a little surprising to me, actually. His gearing didn't seem... Yeah, I see what you did there.
Man, there's a lot of cars trying to get the high line going down.
Led by Name Untaken. Yeah, Wide Open.
I'm not really too surprised though with just seeing him up front the entire time. We see him put the 22 in the wall. That wasn't very friendly. But outside of that, in the preset race, we literally seen 2 guys lead pretty much all but like 5 laps maybe that whole last race. So it doesn't really surprise me.
Well, I was doing some practicing with these guys prior to tonight's events, and everybody was kind of complaining that when Wide Open would get to the front, they felt like the line was stalled out, that it just wasn't as fast. I don't know if it's his gearing or what's going on there, but I know, for example, I could make some moves and I could pull up next to him. Shocker that I was going to the outside, but it was working pretty good if you had some help. But yeah, the 5 of Buck, he's making a move to the outside.
And everyone said the famous saying here about Buck. Except for us, because that's not allowed here.
In fact, we can't say it up here in the booth, but there is a famous saying about Buck. Yeah, you are correct. It does rhyme with Buck.
True.
That run was stalled out, and Buck had to fall back in line, as now there's 0 cars on the outside trying to make a move.
Back to follow the leader.
That really shocks me here about the custom guys. I know they're coming down to the end of the stage, which would make me want to go get those stage points, not just give them to Wide Open, Marcus, and Dash for Cash. But I also know that gearings are different. You can get bigger runs than you necessarily do in the preset. People, if you line up and you got some guys with you, working with you, it's a lot easier to make the moves on the outside here than it is in a preset race.
Yeah, the old preset cars, they have the same gearing, I believe.
getting some information that Mountain Dew has a little bit of lag going on right now, which is keeping Buck's keeping that gap because he's lagging pretty bad right now.
Mountain Dew is in that '08 car, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
You know, the one in front of Buck that's lagging?
Yeah. That would be the one. Whoa.
Informed his captain. 25 people watching this. That's a pretty good number.
Is it though?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot better than the 11 we had during the presets.
Oh, true that.
A little bit more side by side is Archangel out there trying to make a move out there in the 19.
Don't surprise me. I mean, you're winding down laps, you just gotta find out who's gonna be willing to do it.
Yeah, I'm really...
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying you gotta figure out who's gonna try to make that move. You know, if you're wanting to get a couple more positions, his Buck takes who's that in the 07? Is that Puddin?
That's Marcus.
Oh, Marty Buck took him 3 wide. They made it through cleanly.
Marcus is tapping the joysticks here on the controller, so that's a hard feat going 3 wide through the corners when you're tapping the sticks on the controller. So kudos to them. Dash for Cash now in second, with the 9 of Coach Matt in third. And here comes Buck trying to make another move, as he is the one trying to make all these moves here in that 5 NRG. Is that a Toyota or Chevy? Looks like Toyota.
My guy.
Toyota.
Looks like Arch wants to go. Looks like the 19 and the 22. They both, actually, all 4 of these guys, the second half of this pack, I've seen them all try to make the high line work. Maybe go all 4 from make work here, get situated, get in line, and run it.
I mean, realistically, when it's 4-on-4 like this, it's really just going to be which line can hold the steadier line.
Yep.
If those 4 that are in the back, if they can just stay nose to tail on the outside, they will be able to make a move out there.
I agree with you. And it looks like they might try to do it on the back.
They got some more cars with me, so.
Buck says, no, you're not getting this run on me. We're going 3 wide, bud.
Then 9 into the middle. Here comes the 5 to the outside. The 9 makes a little contact with the 19. The 9 goes back to the inside.
Sometimes it takes a couple tries, but I also will say if you are gonna, you know, stick to that high line, you gotta make sure you find your.
I'm not sure. He was up there moving the 5 car. Marcus trying to make a move on the outside. To what you were saying, NRG, I agree wholeheartedly that I find it to be important that if you have a good strong car and you keep making those moves on the outside, eventually somebody will notice that you're getting good runs. The issue is you also have to make good runs when you're sticking your nose out there. You can't just poke your nose out, just poke your nose out. You got to prove that your plans are to go somewhere, and eventually somebody will go with you.
Well, yeah, well that, and honestly, it does take a couple laps to, you know, establish it. Like, even if you all are in line, if you got the same amount of cars on the inside, it's going to take a couple laps for you all to, you know, really get it going.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes, you know, if you're on the outside and you did fall behind the, like, say it's 4-on-4, and you fall behind that lead 4, sometimes it's just as good, drop back down in the corner, but your intentions are to go right back to the outside. And when those 4 on a straightaway, for example, as they're making contact with each other to push, you'll get your run on the straightaways. You just got to stick with it. It is difficult, but it can be done.
Let me know how many laps you got left after y'all start finish.
The 9 to the inside of the 22, the 22 to the outside, all by himself. He's going to lose a lot of positions here. Fake news, he loses 1 as the 19 had a little gap to let him in. This is the last lap of stage 1.
Yeah, you'll definitely see some guys make some moves here.
I would hope so. I'm really still shocked to not see those lead 3 separate, but that is where the stage points are. It's just for the top 3, so it does make sense.
And literally nobody wants to go to the outside there. Oh, wow, 22 tried to get in somewhere where he was not going to fit.
You hate to see it. Yeah, it looks like the 8 car is going to be your stage 1 winner of Wide Open Racing, followed by Dash for Cash and Coach Matt. They're not at the line yet. Oh, there's a move. Here comes the 11 to the outside, the 22 all the way to the wall, but it will be the 8, the 11, and the 9 will be your top 3 here in stage 1.
That was relatively exciting.
Relative to what?
Relatively exciting.
No, relative to what though?
Relative to watching paint dry on a
Yeah.
wall after you sprayed it, so that is definitely better. Real quick, while we're in our stage break, want to give a big shout out again to our sponsor, C&C Designs, for all your giggity racing clothing, apparel, all that good stuff. Shirts, you want some custom ordered stuff, go ahead and contact C&C Designs. We do have a Facebook page for it. If you're interested, let us know. But yeah, that was a little bit better than what we'd seen in the presets. The only real side-by-side crazy racing we've seen was at the end of the race there for them, but that was a pretty good run.
Yeah. I mean, not that the preset race was completely awful. That ending was pretty exciting. You know, that had a lot to do with
Lap traffic.
2 laps. Yeah, but
Lead train.
Dash for Cash on the lead. This is how they started, though. It was the 11 and the 8, and they actually, with his gears, was able to get to the lead and then pulled down in front of the 11. Let's see if that happens again. Doesn't look like it.
the fans are not social distancing. That's pretty unfortunate.
The outside started to look like it was holding together pretty good, but everybody drove down to the inside.
Yo, these restarts, these restrictor plate tracks are garbage. Them cars turn so much when they're not getting up to speed. It is so hard to keep a steady line on restarts going from 1 and 2.
As one car moves up, they pick up the high line, 2 cars move down.
Buck has now moved up into 3rd, following the 9 of Coach Matt, so Buck now in one of those stage point positions. Can he hold on, or will he try to make some moves to the outside? He does seem to be the only car consistently that keeps trying to make some moves.
If I'm not mistaken, it is stage 3?
Stage 2.
Or stage 1?
That was the longest first stage of my life.
Well, maybe they skipped a couple stages, but if they did, thanks for...
that was stage 2. We are in stage 3.
Okay, cool. So probably that first caution that came out, that must have ended stage 1, if I were to guess.
Yeah, it was. I'm an idiot. Don't worry about it. You know, it's typical Thursday night.
Actually, so if that is the scenario, if that caution did come out at the end of stage 1, the 19 car was on pit road prior to the caution coming out, and that would have been the last lap, which is not allowed. So we're going to have to look into that.
Maybe he got shoved down there.
It could have been within 3 to go. If it was 3 to go, though, it was still in the stage.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm just saying. We're just going to have to look into it and see how that all situated. I'm not going to say that there is a penalty. I'm just saying that we got to look into it. As we all know, it is not allowed to pit with 2 to go unless it's the end of the race.
Yo, rewind to back at this track, beginning of 4.5. Arch did one of the coolest things I've ever seen in gigging.
Actually, so it was a combination. We did review it. It seemed like at the time, I don't remember what car he was in, but it seemed like he come straight out onto pit road or off pit road onto the track and LePage to the field. That is not actually what happened. He was below the yellow line, and the 2 at the time of Keystone Cowboy went below the yellow line and tagged him, and that's what LePage to the field. The 9 car up here taking the lead as he gets below the 11. So lead swap, but the 11 does fall back into 2nd.
The 61 looked like he just moved Buck up track as well.
That's a 60... Oh, yeah, 61. I didn't realize Buck was that far back already.
Yeah, he just got sent up to the wall.
Yeah, I should probably focus a little bit more, but...
That's not what we do on Thursday nights, though.
Focusing is not our thing.
It's the one night you're supposed to not do that.
Facts. 68. Who's in that 68?
I'm guessing
Honda
it's somebody
Racing.
in
Honda
gigging.
Racing is in the 68. You know somebody we haven't really talked about? He's making his custom Xfinity debut here, but McLovin in that 7. I'm really shocked to see him still riding around in the back of the pack. I figured he'd be up here by now, especially knowing that there were stage points. The 08 forced a little bit below the line there. Looks like he did not gain a position, got back in spot, so no harm, no foul there. our cam out there saying, as one of the people that was LePaged, that was incredibly funny when it happened. I think that it was funny after we reviewed it and realized what happened. At the time, I don't think there was a lot of people that were too happy, though.
No, I think everybody that was in that race was literally like...
Well, let's not say it, but yeah, I think you know what we were saying, right.
There was a lot of people saying a lot of things, but then, yeah, after seeing the video, it's like, you know, that is kind of funny. Especially... even without the video.
The 11 making a move under the 9. A little bit of contact is made. The 11 did go below the yellow there, but that was after contact, so that is a legit move. He was forced down. The 11 and the 08 now, and McLovin up and into the wall in the 7 car.
Yeah, typically when you get in the wall, you don't want to come back down the track and try to fall in line, but it worked out.
I don't think he actually got into the wall.
Yeah, I don't think he got into the wall. I think he went up there. I don't think he actually tagged it, but it looked like the 9 was there, and it shuffled the 7 to way outside. Looks like the 08 looking under the 11 in the corners.
Back up a second.
I don't see an orange car. What happened to Puddin'? Oh, he's one of those cars in the back.
With him and Buck, I think they're drafting. Yeah.
Those 2 cars have the same gear ratio in the car, so if they're going to have an opportunity, at least they both have about the same speed.
This is true.
Up front, we still have Dash for Cash, followed by Mountain Dew, and Wide Open Racing has gotten back into 3rd after leading the whole race to this point.
Yeah, Puddin' and Buck both probably back there hoping for a caution.
I don't see this going green to the end.
There's a lot of cars here.
Yeah, this is a big pack, and we can see it in the back here as you got Arch. He's trying to make something happen on the outside. Unsuccessful, but I know in the customs, a little bit more than the presets, you can try to make a move. Your gears will usually keep you in the draft a little bit better than if you miss it on the preset, you know. And so I feel like the back of the pack, you're going to keep seeing those runs and trying to make something happen. I just don't know how successful it'll be.
Well, if they were paying any attention to the preset race, I know the situation's a little bit different with customs, but I mean, you've seen Young Boy almost win a race by, you know, fuel strategy. He hit it right. He was able to stay out a lot longer than everybody else, and if you're gonna sit there and try to take the high line, they're gonna be just racing. But I get it. I completely love seeing what Arch is doing. Arch is trying to make a run every time he gets one.
Yeah, I mean, I like seeing that, you know. Worst case at this scenario is he's going to lose the 2 positions, but the people that, those 2 that are following him are actually making the moves with him. So I really like what he's doing. Also, I want to shout out, as you've noticed now for about a lap and a half, maybe 2 laps to all the viewers at home, this is for the Bears, as we did 2 laps around with the old guy in the 61.
Ooh, car blow there.
That was McLovin.
The 7 and the 18, but it was like it did it like at the same exact time in the same way. I'm wondering if that was like a glitch. I don't
Being it was exiting the corner, I'd assume it probably was that glitch coming up too.
Yeah. There ain't no one coming out pit road yet.
On the pit stops, you could probably ask your in-race reporter how far away they are from pit stops, but that's just me. You did forget that we even had one when I asked you a lap count earlier.
I won't talk about it right there.
Unfortunately, it looks like actually in the back of the pack, this lead pack looks like that 19, the 22, and I can't tell who that other car is, 98. It does actually look like they may have lost the draft after they tried making that latest move to the outside.
They kind of got lagged into.
I have seen it in the practices again that I was doing. Oh, 07. That was a murder, she wrote. Marcus Edub is not having a good time. Luckily for Buck and Puddin', if he's able to get up to speed, this will now give them a 3-car pack. I don't even see them on the screen, so they're pretty far away. Marcus is actually going to go down pit road right now and repair that damage. Yeah, oh, absolutely. It happened right there in 3 and 4. I would do that, get the damage repaired, splash of fuel to get to the end. No harm, no foul. Well, there was a lot of harm, but That is the best move you can make there.
Go ahead and lose all the time trying. Okay.
Trying to get back up to speed just to get back down to speed to pit. Yeah.
Ours has got a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Buck no longer has Puddin'. Buck is pulled away from Puddin', so they're both by themselves.
I was just hearing he was asking what happened to Puddin'. He was wondering where he went. Maybe he's going into Robbie mode.
I don't see it. I think that if I was Buck, though, I might try to back up to him because you're definitely not going to make it anywhere. Single cars. But if you can get away from the 6 car, at least you know you beat somebody when the race is over. Arkham said Gopher ran across. Oh, yeah. Facts. Arkham said there's a Gopher ran across the track. That's what took out the 07 car.
We're definitely going to need, rest in peace.
These guys look like they're running them down up front.
Yeah, that's top pack. Even though there's a lot more cars there, they on the straightaways that don't seem they're as good in file. Looks like they're pretty squiggly. That second group, they look pretty straight. Minus in the corners, they're a little off, but you can be a little not so squared away. That second pack's definitely catching this lead group.
A little bit off is not in this race. If he was, he'd probably be on pit road lagged out.
Also, his name is no longer a little bit off. It is pushed to the brink of internet connection. His name is pushed to the brink of his internet connection.
Pushed to the brink of bandwidth. Yeah, I was.
What?
Real unfortunate. I have like real internet now, kinda.
Yeah, you were pushed to the brink to buying some new internet, and you've done that, and now you don't lag out of races.
It wasn't just buying it. It had to be offered first.
The nickname for you has gone away now because you are no longer Laggy D.
You heard it here, folks.
Well, the name that replaces that isn't really much better. We're not allowed to say it.
Is there another car in third? This 8 car does not seem to be sucking up to the 08 and the 11 at all. As I say it, fake news. He just sucked up to him, so there's not enough room for a car there.
Yeah, that mayonnaise car could really use some sucking up to maybe get a run. And
yeah, somebody needs to suck up the mayonnaise. Awkward.
Mayonnaise, that's nice.
What do you mean? What you like Miracle Whip?
Man, I don't be some pit stops here in a second.
Fake news. No, you do not.
I do think we're gonna be seeing pit stops like real soon.
Now, we mentioned the 8 years earlier. Maybe that's what's keeping that gap right there behind that 08.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know, again, earlier when I was testing with him, the 8, I had the gears of like the 5 and the 6, and the 8 car, he was able to stay on my bumper pushing me. So I don't know if that's the issue. I actually ran a 44.2 earlier practicing, and he was right on my tail, I think he ran a 3. So he's got fast enough gears to push, just not really be a lead car. So I'm not really sure what's going on here.
He might be trying to save fuel.
That is true. I did that Daytona last season. I was the 3rd car in line, leaving that little gap right there.
We don't want to talk about it.
I still feel like, though, that without a caution, I don't see that anybody's going to be able to save the right amount of laps here. That doesn't mean anything. I think that it's going to be a struggle. They were, 5-6 laps short? I mean, that's a lot of laps to be saving.
Oh, we see someone in the wall.
The red car of McLovin. It was the one I think went up to the wall.
Hey, Buck, are we getting close to the fuel window, you think?
Oh, golly, you asked Buck to think.
We're looking pit stops. Again, like I said, it's a reset race between 5 and 7 laps. And when I said that, they came down like...
12 laps later. So what are we at? Right around 10 laps to go.
How many laps we got left? They're at 10 laps to go. You nailed it.
Ding 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 ding.
That'll never happen again.
So the Thursday night broadcast gets 1 IQ point right there.
Yeah.
So
through
we're
all of
moving up in the
season,
world.
through
Do
all
we
of
have to
season,
split it, or does it go to him?
we split it. We're a cumulative
Yes.
team up here. There's no way one person has that much brain cells. Yeah. So within a full season 4.5, and now the beginning of season 5, we got one thing right. We're doing great.
We were due. I mean, y'all were due.
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't up here with us then.
But if you
Oh,
are
right.
going to be a part of this, you're going to get thrown under the bus with us. I mean, that's just how it works. Then Kate would get the same treatment. He was up there.
Oh yeah.
Paul Bear was up there a few times. They
Outside
did not
line
help
coming
the
together.
cause as far as making this sound any more intelligent.
It's actually the best I've seen the outside line get going here.
Yeah, well, that's actually that second pack finally caught them, and when they did, they just made that move. So here comes the 19, the 22, and the 68 that we'd seen earlier. Or, sorry, 98, not 68, as Archangel trying to get into third here. And notice now that that 8 Mayonnaise car has closed that gap. He's not leaving such a big gap between him and that 08. So I guess it was by design. Maybe he was saving, and now he's trying not to let those guys in.
I tell you what, though, honestly, I kind of hope that Arch and them can get around just because
I'm
they're
surprised
the
no
only
other
ones that are
cars went
trying to
with
make
them.
it interesting.
I'm surprised no other cars went with them right there, seeing how much speed. They got up to the second or the third car in line with just 3 cars.
Yeah, and I promise you, Arch.
It looks like the 08 is signaling that he was going to pit. That looks like Mountain Dew is signaling he's coming down this time by.
Arch ain't going to give up on that outside line. If he can get enough guys to go with him, I think that could be the move of the race if we have anything close like we did in the preset race.
That's going to hurt this 08 car. He is coming to pit road. Oh, not by himself. Somebody came with him, but the other car went about 300 miles too fast. So the 08 will be coming out of pit road by himself. Looks like that was the 18 event, though. 3 wide up here. Sorts back out. McLovin's to the outside. Finally, somebody goes to the outside other than Arch, and Arch and his group decided to go to the inside.
That was kind of unfortunate. I was watching that. McLovin was stuck in the middle going into 1 and 2, and there's just not enough room for 3 wide around this track. It's hard to do the whole way around, but
I believe the 98, 19, and 22 have signaled that they were going to pit. Don't hold me to that, but I believe that that's what they just signaled. There goes the 07, the 19, the 98, the 7. Unfortunately,
oh my God.
I don't think the 7 was trying to pit, and the 7 is wrecked before he got to the road, so that's unfortunate.
That was terrible. Caution is out.
Yeah, so if the 8 was saving fuel, that's out the window, as all those drivers that are on pit road now are going to be your lead lap car, are going to be your leaders.
I tell you what, dude, that was disgusting. That was absolutely terrible.
That was horrible. Yeah, that was absolutely horrible.
Here it comes, boys. It's time. It's time for me to start roasting some people. I don't care. Everyone that was coming on pit road right there, that was absolutely god awful. If you go back and watch this, I want to let you know that that was not your best effort.
So real quick,
yeah.
actually, if the 8 was saving fuel, this caution would play into his game method, as he wouldn't have to pit, I wouldn't imagine, and therefore he would be your leader if these other drivers decide to pit. And as I say that, the 8 is the leader. The mayonnaise car is now the leader. And followed by him is all of those cars that were on pit road there. I would imagine we're at, what, 5-6 laps to go?
How many laps we got left, Buck? 3 to go.
3 laps to go. The other people that are going to be really happy is Buck and Puddin, who had lost that lead pack.
And didn't go a lap down. They were
I don't know
on
what's
pace
going
for
on.
a long time.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on, but there is not one car going straight right now. Puddin just got into, I believe that was Buck on the outside.
Yeah, it was.
Here comes the outside line. They got some momentum going.
The 11, the 68, and the 7 trying to make something happen. Dash for cash out there. I'm really surprised nobody else is trying to drift up there and help these guys now. They're side by side with the leaders. I don't know how you don't go up there. Ooh, 7 into the wall.
There goes McLovin.
Yeah,
We're not done with cautions.
I'm not surprised to see that.
There it is. First caution.
And
All
so
right,
we
so
will be in our
rack 'em.
first, we will be in an overtime. I believe this is the first overtime of the season here for Giggity Racing League.
Quack.
What? Rack 'em.
Keep in mind, this is all due to the horrible job that they did trying to get onto pit road. Without that caution, this caution wouldn't be here either.
But how do you know that for sure? You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
that
that's
caution
not a
wouldn't
Booger
have
McFarland statement.
Yeah, that caution wouldn't have happened because those drivers wouldn't have been near each other.
But something else could have happened.
Yeah, something else could have
If I
happened,
had
but that
wheels,
wreck
I'd be
right
a
there would
wagon.
not have happened.
Oh, we're
So-
getting confirmation there that name untaken hit the apron there, and that's what caused that wreck. He does apologize. I love it when someone owns up to their mistakes and apologizes for it. So this should be a green white checker.
Also known as overtime.
We did talk about it, or you talked about that.
Yes, facts. Looks like the
Good
07 moving the 68 way down below the line. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know. Maybe that was the 9, maybe not the 07. The 07's in the back on the outside, going into the wall. Wow, Buck hit the apron,
Buck
maybe?
gets wrecked.
Was that an apron shot? I couldn't tell.
Not sure what happened there.
They are not under caution. Buck is not having a good time.
Yeah.
Wide open,
He got
leading the
he
field.
got the break he needed to absolutely getting destroyed.
Yeah, they're coming to the white flag. If they get to the line, the next flag will end the race, whether it be a caution or the checkered flag. And
And
there
like
they
I've
have
been saying,
They have crossed the line, so this race will be official with the next flag. Wide open racing leading Dash for Cash, followed by, I don't remember who was in the 68. I really wish that name thing was going across the top, and or the scoreboard that they promised. You know, that was such the big deal.
68 Honda who got spun out in stage 1. He recovered McLovin way down there.
5 wide.
That was bad.
This is going to end well.
Arch making a run on the outside.
The 11
trying
also
to-
trying to make it to the outside. Here comes the 18 of Edtho for second place. Now McLovin into third. McLovin goes high. He's trying to get around Edtho. Edtho, is he going to make a move as they come off of 4? Lots of cars on the apron. Wide open is going to win the season opener here at Daytona.
Well, I mean, outside of when he put the 22 in the wall, maybe that was an accident. Maybe he thought he was clear on his screen. We've seen that before. Other than that, he ran a clean race. He led most of the laps.
And the
So,
22
good for
car
him.
on my screen right now looks like he's going to come up and say congratulations to the 8 car. Oh, sorry, that's probably not what's going to happen.
That was interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, that was really intriguing. There was cars all over the place that last run. The fact that it ended under green and not under caution, I'm pretty happy for these guys. It was clean enough to get them to finish all the way to the checkered flag.
Alright. And-
D. Smith, do you have wide open?
Yeah, I already sent him in, Mike.
Okay.
There he is.
Hello, everyone.
Wide open, are you on always lap?
I believe so. I should be.
Can I get
I
you to
was
check it
for
just real
8-4,
quick?
but I'm not. Alright, that would be in settings.
So, did you say yeah, it's all set? I'm sorry. Wide open?
Yeah, I'm just looking now. That's audio sharing settings.
Just go into the party, go down to party settings, and it'll say allow your voice to be
Okay.
shared. It should say always allow. Monster Racing, the 22 car had the fast lap there.
44-1.
44-1, that's going to be an all-time leaderboard, as I was on there with a 44-2 prior. Okay, Wide Open is on always allow. Wide Open, congratulations on the season opener victory here at Daytona. How's it feel first off?
That feels good. The team put together a great car for me. Just had to make sure it kept clean.
It looked to be that you took that lead on that caution because of fuel. Were you saving? Is that why you were leaving a gap between yourself and those top two cars?
There was a small chance of lag in the room, so I didn't want to be too close and possibly get a lag spike.
Smart.
And it did help me, keep the car clean and save a little fuel.
This is your first win ever, I believe, in Giggity Racing League. So again, congratulations. Also, knowing that we brought the playoffs back, this would lock you into the playoffs as long as you make the 14 required races to be eligible. So, how does that make you feel? And are you going to use the rest of the season as like a test season, or are you still going to be going all out trying to collect the points?
Definitely makes me feel a little easier knowing that I'm locked in. We will be trying everything to get as many wins as possible, just to let everybody know that we're here.
Yeah. Also, the more wins you get, the more of a chance you can kick out some of those one and done type of drivers and minimize the amount of drivers in the playoffs. So that's definitely a good idea. You guys got anything? D Smith Energy?
A wide open won a race at a track that you're supposed to go wide open.
also driving another car that is a cup driver that was racing in a lower series of the Xfinity. So 2 races at Daytona, and we had 2 cup driver cars winning the races.
Things you love to see, honestly.
Yeah. Again, congratulations, wide open from everyone here, and we look forward to seeing what you have throughout the remainder of the season.
Sounds good. I do have to apologize to I believe it was the 22 car. I was a little late on the run yet coming. Might have got into his nose a little bit there.
Oh, you did. Yeah, there's no might. You did. But at least you apologized, manning up. That's a good thing.
No, definitely. I checked and it looked like I was clear. And when I made the move, I guess he got there just in the nick of time, I guess.
All right, well, you heard it there first. At least he apologized. So from everyone here at Giggity Racing League, that was your season opener at Daytona for the Custom Xfinity, presented to you by the C&C Designs. From everyone here at Giggity, we want to say tune in tomorrow night as we have the development series, and good night.